Watch over my shoulder as I show you how to make 101.25% in 13 days and as much as $1.3 million in under 7 months. Hi, I'm Russ Horn, and in the next 7 minutes, I'm going to show you a simple trading technique that you can apply instantly to your trading that will help you stop losing. What I'm about to share with you today is a glimpse into my top secret members area that has been quietly making money for my members month in and month out, regardless of what's happening in the world. I pride myself on my reputation as the millionaire maker. It has been well documented on the results my students get when I work with them, and it's not unusual for people who have never traded before to make over 100% in 1 month. People like Matthias Bigur, who made 101.25% in just 13 days. Members like Terry Newman, who made 64% in just 1 month. And students like Pablo Orellana, who made 23.81% with a 90% win rate in under a month. These are just a few results of the thousands of traders I've worked with over the years. Does this sound familiar? Russ, why does the trade turn against me almost as soon as I enter? I hear this all the time from traders that have not been properly trained, and today I will share one way you can dramatically reduce your losses. If you want to trade Forex and have the ability to create virtually any income you want, you need a system that you consistently produce results with. You shouldn't have to hold your breath every time you take a trade. One technique I'm a big believer in is using multiple time frames. Now, what I mean by that is I believe that you have to look at the market from more than one perspective. Think about it like this. When you're trading, you really need to be able to see the big picture. You need to see the flow of money from a perspective larger than the time frame you're trading. The problem is most traders are stuck at looking at or making decisions from the one time frame they're analyzing. Here's a couple of images. The larger time frame is the river from a larger perspective, from a broader view. The smaller time frame would be the stream that you're standing in. It's harder to see the bigger picture when you're standing in the middle of a stream. Look at the chart on the left. It is of the 1 hour US dollar Japanese yen. You can see that over the last few bars, the price has been moving up. The last candle is bullish, and there's no reason at this stage to think that it's going to go anywhere else but up. On this next chart, you can see the 1 minute US dollar Japanese yen. It has been moving down for the last few candles. If you only looked at the 1 minute chart, then you would be forgiven for thinking that the trend is down. The reality is that any trades you take based solely on the 1 minute chart would be dangerous. Think of the 1 hour chart as the river in this example, and the force of the river is moving up. The 1 minute chart is a little stream that chops and changes all the time. There's very little force behind it. That is also why if someone were to ask you what the trend was on the GBP US dollar, for example, the only way you could answer them would be to first ask them in what time frame they were talking about, because the trend could be different in every time frame. I believe that nothing else can deliver the riches Forex trading can and does when it's fully understood and properly traded. The biggest advantage you will ever have in any kind of business is when you have information that others do not. That lack of information basically puts them at a disadvantage. That's exactly the case with my members. They know the exact way to manage a trade, as I discussed in my previous video, and they also know the exact combination of time frames to confidently predict the next move. The fortune-making truth about trading and the process. Here's a trading secret most people don't talk about very much. The more mechanical you make your trading, the richer you get. Trading using a strict sequence of rules that doesn't alter is the foundation of a successful system. Yesterday, I showed you how you could still double your money, even if you're wrong 60% of the time. Today, I shared with you why I think you should use more than one time frame to increase the odds of making a successful trade. But before I go today, I want to talk about one more thing I know a lot of traders do wrong, and that is bending the rules of their system. Often, a trader will come to me and say, the system doesn't work, or it keeps losing. But when I start to really analyze their trades, the most common problem is they bend the rules. Look at the diagram below. It's a set of rules for a system. You could call it a decision tree. If X happens, then you do Y. As long as you follow the rules in the exact order they were made, you will make money. I call the rules for my system the rich formula. Most traders fail to exploit every opportunity that they come across because they are paralyzed with fear. They are forced to sit by and watch trade after profitable trade go by because they simply have no confidence in their system. A system is made up of a bunch of processes. A process is a group of interrelated procedures. A process for a pre-trade checklist might look like this. Is there any major economic news out during my trading session? Is the market trending, or is it in a range? How is the currency pair I'm thinking of trading reacting to other currencies? For example, is the US dollar weakening or strengthening against the other major currencies? After you complete your pre-trade checklist, you might move on to a process for identifying a trade. Does the trade I'm thinking of placing have the same trend in both the time frame I'm looking at and the next higher time frame? Have my indicators confirm the signal I have on my chart? Have the moving averages confirmed the trade? Does it look right? If I compare this trade to my most successful trades, does it look the same? I could go on, but you get the point. You need to have a set of rules to trade by, or you'll never succeed. You need to be able to point to a weakness in your system and say, that's where I failed and I need to fix it. If you change or bend those rules every time you trade, you can never improve the system. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you how I've successfully managed to help over 1,000 traders use my latest system to build blockbuster results, turning many of them into wealthy individuals who trade for fun now, not because they need to. Tomorrow is very important because I will also announce how you can join my private webinar, where I will be revealing very detailed, confidential information on how to get rich trading. That's all for now, and thanks for listening.